Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Underhood Show presented by Mel Hambelton Ford. My name's Phil Nightingale, Josh Profit, and we got a special guest today, Josh.
We do.
We have Caleb Hopkins here from Mel Hambelton Ford Detail Shop, and we haven't disclosed the name yet, but we think we got a new name for the detail shop, Josh.
We do.
We do. So anyway, Caleb, thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. For those of you that don't know, we just got possession yesterday of our brand new state-of-the-art detail shop, and excited for what we're going to do in that detail shop. So we got a lot to talk about here. Caleb's here today to talk about what we're going to do in that detail shop and everything else from that part. So we want to hear your questions and stuff like that too. We got so busy yesterday, I wanted to do the drawing for the Haas 4x4 truck that we're giving away on the Mel Hambelton Racing Facebook page. So for those of you who don't know, jump over to Mel Hambelton Racing. There's a new Facebook page there like that, so you can catch up on all the racing side. We split Mel Hambelton Ford and Mel Hambelton Racing apart to have two different separate Facebook pages. So yeah, Josh is going to be technical with us today. Josh is running both boards. He's got more stuff to do here today. We're going to have a lot of fun today with everything I'm going to put up on this screen.
We're going to see if I can keep up, right?
Exactly. So the new Mel Hambelton Racing Facebook page, get over there, like and comment and share that there. There's also the contest, which is we're going to draw today for the Haas 4x4 to see who wins that. A lot of great people, comments and stuff over there. But after we get that all done, I'm going to tell you about the next contest that's coming up on Mel Hambelton Racing from that part. So I don't know. First thing is, this is a call-in show, 316-462-3673. We want to hear from you. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries. But most importantly, we're going to talk about what's going on in the new detail shop, what we're going to do in there and stuff. And that's why Caleb's here to kind of explain things, because there's a lot of myths out there about what we're doing in that detail shop and the products that we're going to offer in that detail shop. But before we get into that, again, call-in show. You get a great price package, about over $130 for each and every caller. And as always, Josh, what's in the package?
So we're going to mail it out to you, but it's going to consist of the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Mel Hambelton Ford. While we're performing that, we're also going to complete a multi-point inspection on the vehicle, checking out the steering, suspension, brakes, tires, all the safety-related components on that vehicle, just making sure that it's ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. You'll also receive yourself $10 to Mel's Diner, so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the Big Corner. Complete nitrogen for your tires, so you get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer. And then BG products, which consist of a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then CF5 for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. So.
All right, let's get the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. That's the number to the main dealership. Just tell the girls when they answer the phone you want to get passed into the podcast, and we'll get you in here for your question and get you that great price package. So Jason Cox is down in our quick lane. And Jason, thanks for letting us take care of your daughter's car and everything else. So glad we don't disappoint. We sure try hard not to do that down there at quick lane from that standpoint too. So once again, we kicked off our new Facebook page last week, and we've got a drawing. I think we just got to get this drawing out of the way, Josh.
Do you?
I do.
Let's get to the. So what
we got so much. We got so much
okay.
to talk about too.
Let's talk. This is the new Facebook page. I put it up there. What? How do they get in the drawing? What they have to do?
Okay. Can you buzz down the page just a little bit there? And we'll kind of show everybody. Keep coming. There it is. There's the drawing right there. This is the video I put up last week. And basically, it was all you had to do was like and comment and share the post and tell us your favorite racetrack, favorite race car driver. That's all it took to get entered in the contest. And we had lots of people, as you can see, joined into the contest. And so now then what we're going to do here in just a second on giving this car away, and again, it's a Haas 4x4. Josh, you want to kind of show that?
So
Haas?
we're gonna flip over to that. But what's the purpose of the new Facebook page?
Well, basically, what we figured out is when we first took on Mel Hambelton Ford Racing, I didn't want to split our audiences up, because I thought we needed to keep everybody together so everybody kind of knew what was going on at Mel Hambelton Ford. But the Mel Hambelton Racing has grown so big and so huge, we decided, okay, it's time to break it apart, and let's concentrate the audience on the racing side, because there's people who don't want to see the racing stuff on the Mel Hambelton page.
Yeah.
Not everybody's a racer. I get that. So
sure.
Basically, Mel Hambelton Racing has grown so big and so huge, we've decided just to split them apart and have a separate page for Facebook so we can talk about racing and we can talk about all the other things going on at Mel Hambelton Ford. And as you can see on the screen is the Haas 4x4 60-mile-an-hour truck we're going to give away here in just a little bit. We put the drawing together when we did a electronic drawing. We put all the names on a spinning wheel, and we're going to spin the wheel here in just a little bit and see who the lucky winner is going to be of that from that standpoint. But as you can see, that Haas 4x4 truck is going to be cool.
60 mile an hour.
And got a little teaser here. The race open house coming up February 18th. We've got to talk about that too. Is going to be, we're going to have a ramp out here. We're going to be jumping some RC cars out here. So if you got an RC car, you want to come out to the race open house February 18th, we're going to have a ramp out here. And he told me yesterday, the guy that's building the ramp for us, this Haas 4x4, he flew at 142 feet.
That was just for research, purely research
Exactly.
on testing the ramp. That's all that was.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy.
So anyway, thanks everybody that joined in liking the Facebook page, Mel Hambelton Racing, and commenting your favorite racetrack drivers. But we're also going to talk later in the show. The new contest is going to start up Monday. You don't want to miss out on that either. So
you ready
anyway,
to
I guess let's
spin this wheel?
So here goes this electronic wheel. We're going to spin it up. We're going to see who the lucky winner is. And there it goes. There's the Traxxas winner, Traxxas Haas. And who is it? Can you read it over there? I can't read. I don't put my glasses on.
Hold on.
Quentin Smith.
Well, there you go.
I doubt Quentin's probably listening to the show, but we'll let Quentin know that he's the lucky winner of the Haas 4x4.
Oh, you know what? Did we? Yeah, we did. Yeah, it's on there. We got it.
You got it?
I was afraid that the viewers didn't get to see it, but I did. That was a success.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. I was scared.
The technology we have going on here on this podcast is kind of crazy, isn't it? So, Quentin Smith, congratulations. Congratulations to all the people that joined in and said your favorite racetrack track. And we'll get a hold of Quentin and let him know he's a lucky winner of this Haas 4x4. And I hate to say, but that's a $560 retail value because we're giving the batteries and everything. So, basically, all he's going to do is charge and go race that thing and have fun. Go jump it, do whatever he wants to go do from that point. So, anyway, the next content coming up, we're going to kick it off Monday. I don't know what's going to be exactly, but Caleb, you want to hand me? Yeah, Josh is pulling it up on the screen. We've went out and look, I'm blocking Josh now too.
That's okay.
Okay, I go over there. Josh can put it on the screen. Josh,
are you ready? Here we go.
Put it up. Technic. Woo! There it is. We have went out and done our own fuel jugs, and we've got 4 different colors: black, blue, red, and white. That's our new fuel jugs that we went out and did for Mel Hambelton Racing. So Monday's contest, just a little teaser out there. I'll put a video out Monday morning. But basically, we're going to do is have the same kind of a contest, winning and drawing. We're going to draw a daily winner to win a fuel jug and fill it full of your favorite fuel. So be ready for that contest to kick off Monday morning. And we'll do that on a daily drawing for a while. Who knows how long we'll keep that out there or whatever. But we'll do a great daily drawing to win a fuel jug and fill it full of your favorite fuel. Race fuel. I guess we want to go get some gas in.
I was going to say, will that work just 87 octane
Why not?
As well?
Sure can.
I would seem to think that would be all right.
Sure can. So win a fuel jug in that. So we'll have that contest coming up starting Monday. I'll do a video on that. Let everybody know. So that's kind of the teaser going on. So anyway, now we've done all that kind of fun. Let's roll to the new detail shop. We built a new state-of-the-art building, laid it out pretty well. And Caleb Hopkins is our manager over at the Quick Lane. I mean, God, I got too many things in my head.
Watch out, Kelly.
Yeah, at the new detail shop. Yeah, look out, Kelly. Been looking for a new Quick Lane manager. Anyway, Caleb, and we've hired a couple other gentlemen. We've hired Noor. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Razak.
And he's going to be doing what we call paint protection film. We want to get in that a little bit. And then Caleb is also an expert in that and certified training that. But we're also, the main thing is ceramic coating. That's what we're going to do a lot of. And of course, we're going to do a lot of paint protection film too and stuff like that. But Caleb, I brought you on board here today to kind of talk about ceramic coating because there's a lot of myths out there about different things. And I see everybody advertising ceramic now too. Mm-hmm. It's just like anything else. You get what you pay for. And there's different levels of this ceramic coating. And I'm telling you, everybody, the ceramic coating we're going to offer, yes, we're going to have a couple different levels because of how it works and what you do. But I kind of want Caleb to kind of talk a little bit about what it does, how we apply it, and the different levels we're going to have. We're going to kind of have a base model of the ceramic coating, and then kind of a medium and everything else too. But what we do and how it works. And I've had the ceramic coating done on my GT500, and I can't tell you how much better that car looks after it's done from that part. But there's also a way that we can just apply it. Then there's the polishing and everything else too. So, Caleb, tell everybody that kind of what we're going to use for our ceramic coating. And there's a lot of companies offering that out there, but I think we went with what we think is the best out there for us.
Yeah. So a good fact: we are actually the very first Geon dealership certified to use Geon ceramic coatings.
Geon is the name of the ceramic we're going to use. Okay.
And when you mean dealership certified, you mean they typically won't work with dealers.
So before they would never certify a dealership,
Uh-huh.
but they felt like with the way we have our stuff set up and the goals that we have aligned with theirs, so they felt really confident in passing us the torch and see what we can do with it.
Very good. Very good.
So anyway, it's a quality product. I mean, there's some products out there you can just wipe on a car and people are calling that ceramic coating. That is a ceramic coating, but does it really protect? Does it do a good job? But with Geon, I feel like it's one of the top end of the ceramic coatings and stuff like that. But we can just wipe the Geon on too, right?
Yeah. There's wet application ones, and then it can go all the way up into 2 and 3 layer coatings. What sets Geon apart from others is each bottle is individually serialized to that car, so they can trace all the way back to when that batch was made and dial it down to the science to really take care of the customer.
So what one of the questions, I guess, just as a consumer, because I don't think a lot of people maybe even understand what ceramic coating is, and I would maybe describe it as like an eggshell protection on top of the layer of paint. Would that be an accurate accurate description, or
So
what exactly are you doing with the ceramic coating?
So when a car comes out of the factory, it just has your basic paint, clear coat, and then there's really nothing left. With the cars being our second biggest investment other than our house and our lives, I mean, I know I only have one product in my bathroom to be able to take a shower, but detail stuff, I can name everything.
Yeah.
But so what it does is a UV inhibitor to protect from the sun's UV rays, bird droppings, acid rains, hard water spots, stuff like that. It makes it a lot less of a maintenance deal. Make it to more where it's more fun. It's a lot easier to take care of that car, keep it clean longer. A lot less of a hectic task as some people would think, where it would go from 2 hours where it can take just a simple 30 minutes and you're back on your way.
So it's just a good layer of protection over the paint.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way I'm looking at that kind of deal. And I was describing it to a gentleman the other day is it's just like another part of clear coat over the top of the car. And you're right. It helps things not get to the paint, not etch into the paint, not get it to stain as easy. But also what I really love about it is how much it just things don't stick to it because it's so slick. And like you said, actually washing a car and getting it done after you put the ceramic coating on and everything else, it's just going to clean up so much easier.
And visually, a lot more depth and clarity in the paint as well.
Yeah. So now let's go to the next step. That's just kind of wiping it on. Now the next step really is to take this vehicle and polish it first, and then apply the ceramic coating. So kind of go through that a little bit. We've done our first vehicle. We did a 23 black Raptor, and it turned out phenomenal. We got other cars in the loop right now. We're working on right now. We got a Land Rover sitting in there right now. We got a Cadillac in there we're doing right now. So that's what I want everybody to know. We're doing this on every make and model. It's not just because we're a Ford dealership. We're working on everything to do this. So now kind of go through how you would go in and polish that car with that in detail, kind of what you're doing there to the paint, and then applying the ceramic.
Yeah. So like you were saying, you can go in and just do a simple one. You can do your iron removal, get the clear coat really prepped to where that ceramic can really bond with the clear coat. But the more in-depth process is where we'll go in. We'll take out any isolated scratches. We'll do some wet sanding, get those peaks knocked down, get all the paint flat. And then we'll go through and we'll do a more of a multi-step correction where we'll take a compound. We'll get everything dialed in to where it is fresh and clear to really take that coating, bond properly to where it will last. Because a lot of the time, just throwing a ceramic on top of the paint, some people just wash, throw it on. It won't last because you've got your iron deposits. If it's a brand new car riding on the train,
Rail dust.
rail dust, and then being in one of the air capitals of the world, all the jet fuel that flies down and settles on cars, you see all the little orange dots. It's usually jet fuel. So you want to really get rid of anything that is possibly in that clear coat so it has a proper bondage with that. And then after the corrections process, we'll go and take and get that clarity back up with a polish, get it to where it is perfect before we lay that ceramic, because when that ceramic hardens up, it is set.
You know, and you talk about it, it's kind of like just getting the paint and the clear coat prepared
Yeah.
to better bond to the
Yeah.
ceramic coat. Don't have to do that part of the process to get a good ceramic coating on there. It's just not going to last as long. It's not going to look as good. And from that part, we didn't have any. We should have took some more before pictures. Again, we're flying around here and everything else, getting things set up, of setting and doing some before pictures of that Raptor. And I still go back to when I had my GT500 done, and I would get pictures sent to me, side by side of a spot that he just finished up, and then here's a spot that's not been finished. And I didn't think my car looked that bad.
Yeah.
Until you really get it under light and get it under
Yeah.
those deals. And it's amazing by just I'm calling it paint correction. I don't know what you're right. That's the right
Paint correction.
terminology or whatever, but paint correct it and then put the ceramic coat on it. Again, you don't have to. Does it cost a lot more money to paint correct it? Sure does. But again, it goes back to you get what you pay for. Anything that going forward with me, I thought about this morning driving to work. Why don't we paint correct? Not paint correct. Well, why don't we put ceramic coating on my race car?
Yeah. Be a lot easier to remove tar and stuff after events. Dust,
the
rocks,
dust,
debris,
dust.
everything.
So we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna put that on the race car, Josh. Look
You
at
think
Josh
so?
grinning like a chesty cat.
We can even put paint protection film on the back behind all the splash guards.
How about that, Josh? Josh Jake will blow that right off.
You think, yeah.
Pretty quick, rubbing the wall or whatever.
Pretty much.
From that part. Anyway, and for those you don't know, Shannon Burton just walked in and he's trying to be all funny and everything else with us. And Caleb gets the first action of him acting like anybody know in the world where I can find a new GSM, because we're probably going to need one from I wish we could spin the camera around and catch him. That's what I wish we could do. And then he'd really be really funny on that part.
Caleb, that was a mild show.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Just mild.
You got the G-rated version. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Too bad we don't have a 360 camera in here right now.
Probably gets more viewers.
So about Shannon Burton, our GSM, have to always pop his head in here and try to get us to do something crazy on the show. But really, he's doing something crazy behind the show that you don't want to see.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes. So anyway, that's one thing we're going to be doing in there is the ceramic coating. And, the other thing is it doesn't have to be a new car to do this. I mean, the Cadillac we're working on right now it's a 22, but it's got 10,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
And we're doing it to that car. So don't think you have to have a brand new car to make this work. We can do it. But again, the problem we're running into, let's talk about the Cadillac a minute. What we're running into is it's got little bitty rock chips already in it because of what's happened going down the road. So it's not going to be 100% perfect with that Cadillac, but we're sure going to make it look a whole lot better and then get it protected. Because let's go another step. And we'll get into paint film protection here in a minute. But even ceramic coating a car, it's going to help. Not going to take away, but it's still going to help. Rocks hitting it, protecting it. It still can chip it and everything else like that. But it's going to be a lot harder for it to chip it with that. But again, the biggest thing I love about the ceramic coating is the paint correction, is making that car look smooth and glass and everything else too. And once again, I'm just telling you don't have to do that. We can just apply the ceramic coating onto your existing car. It won't last as long, but it's still going to give you that layer of protection. It's still going to help you with that sort of thing, help you clean the car better and all that kind of stuff too. So that's one of the things we're going to be doing in our new detail shop. And like I said, we got a few cars we're in here now, kind of getting through the loop. I don't know exactly when we're going to be full-fledged in the new building and stuff. We just got possession of it on yesterday. So now we got a lot of things still to get worked inside that thing and everything else too from that part. Josh, we need to go get a few questions answered up here real quick. Jason Cox, we talked about him in the quick lane. And then Bill Anspaugh got going on there this morning.
So
Josh.
William had a question here. Said, "What do you recommend when upgrading headlights on a 2013 F-150?" And then it says LEDs ? What kind of cost? Excuse me. I was going to throw it up on the air. What kind of cost are we looking at? Thanks. So, that's a great question. See a lot of vehicles, and back in 2013, I thought 2013 headlights were awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
but
so
then now you get into 2022 and it's like, oh man,
we light up the ditches and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing how much more the advancements in lighting has been. Even, interior lighting. We've done a lot of LED conversions around the dealership and on the lot and stuff like that. And so I don't know where the end is going to be on headlights like that for sure. But, the very first thing that I would say, or that we look at when we're talking about headlights and low visibility, is what's the current status of the lens itself. We see a lot of headlights that just need like a headlight restoration done to them, and that's just the clarity of the lens. You can have the brightest bulb in the world, but if it can't penetrate through the lens clearly, that's a huge issue. And so you can overcome that for a little while by putting a brighter bulb in it, but eventually that lens is just going to keep deteriorating and become more of a problem.
And if you do get a new set of headlights, we can apply paint protection film to it to keep those lasting a lot longer. Not getting chips
and chips. But the other thing is, a lot of people don't realize, and I know we've talked about this many times on the show. Do you know where most of the cloudiness comes from a headlight? It comes from setting at stoplights and the exhaust fumes coming up from the car in front of you. And if you look at most cars, most tailpipes are on the right-hand side of the cars, but not always. And it's the right headlight that's more than that. But that's not everything, but that's where a lot of that yellowing comes from, is setting at stoplights and that exhaust fumes hitting that headlight. But again, we can get into that. I want to get in that paint protection film, because that is something about protecting those headlights. Putting a coat of that on there. But we got to talk about paint protection film here a lot, because there's a lot to that too.
And so kind of to continue and answer your question there, depending upon, because in 2013, there was about 3 different lights I think you could get on that F-150. You could have just the conventional halogen bulbs, you could have the projection headlights, and then I think I was trying to remember in 2013 if the LEDs were available or not. But
I don't think they were in 13.
The projection headlights were obviously much brighter than the conventional bulbs, but man, the expense of it was astronomical then also to convert it. And so if you just have the typical halogen headlamp bulbs, yes, typically there are brighter options available for consumers. But again, before doing that, I would want to know, what's the clarity of the lens and what's that look like. And then from there, yes, they have several different LED options for conversions as well.
And again, you're going to go back to, you get what you pay for there too, Bill. I mean, you can buy an inexpensive bulb and they're not going to last very long, or they're going to flicker on you, or all kinds of things. So to do it correctly, you're going to spend a little bit of money, but I think it's very well worth it. But I'm with you, Josh. You first got to make sure the lenses are clean and bright and shiny, where the light can get through it.
And I will say, we get into so many situations on used cars of people that have upgraded those headlamps with an aftermarket product, and one of them's out, or one of them doesn't work. And just there are a lot of options out there. There are a lot of inexpensive options out there, but you will get what you pay for. And here's my thing: when you're talking headlights, when you need those, you need them. Like, to have one of them go out. I mean, we've had cases where both headlights went out pretty much simultaneously. And that's a scary thought,
especially in the country.
On vacation, driving down the road, and your headlights go out. So just and if you William, if we need to help you with some options there, we'll be more than happy to do that as well. So
hey, and that's real quick before we get to the next comment. It's somebody's birthday today that just commented on the screen. It's Mr. Furman's, James Furman's birthday today.
Good morning, James, and happy birthday.
Yes. So James, thanks for happy birthday with that. And he's got some, I got to put my glasses
So
back
we
on.
just got a good morning here. And then Delbert Alp said good morning. And then James put on there, says LED headlights are so good. It says you can now see the brain of the person in the car. Your headlights are on. So yes, that is factual. Is just as much as they light up and then covering the ditches and stuff like that. Like it's absolutely crazy what these new headlights look like.
So anyway, 316-462-3673. We want to hear from you. It's a number to dial in. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries. But most importantly, if you want to talk about ceramic coating, the next phase of this podcast, we're going to flip over to what we call paint protection film. And that's another product we're going to offer in our new detail shop. And that's what we hired Norm. Of course, you're good at doing. You've been certified in that too. Caleb's in both sides of that. And so we've got 3 gentlemen we've hired so far in our detail shop. And I'm very excited for these 3 gentlemen. Of course, I've already introduced Caleb to you. Then we've got Nor. How you say that name again? Zyrak? Razak. And he's our expert in the paint film protection. And then we hired Calvin Shield. He's going to be on board, and he's going to get trained up on the paint protection, but he is more into the paint correction and ceramic coating and that sort of stuff that we're going to be offering in our detail shop too. So anyway, let's go into paint film protection, and I tell you, I knew about paint film protection along here years ago, and it used to be 3M was it. That's all I kind of knew. And then I had some bad experiences years ago with some film. So now the technology today has really changed and everything else from that part. And we went with a product from Lumar, and Lumar again has 3 different options of grades of paint film protection. And I only bought the top best film to put on your cars, because that's the thing I want to give when we do a ceramic coating, or we do a paint film protection in that detail shop. You're going to get the best of the best. We're going to have quality. We're not going to be the cheapest, I can promise you that, but we're going to be the best, and we're going to show you that as we go through the process and pictures and stuff. So watch our Facebook page and stuff, because we're going to get into some showing videos of how these guys are working on the cars, doing the ceramic coating, the buffing and everything, and then also getting into paint film protection. But Caleb, go into with everybody why we chose Valor from Lumar, which is our top deal, and different things that we can do. But then I want to get into, because we've had a couple situations already that I want to talk about with other films that have been installed on cars.
Yeah. So altogether, Lumar is a great company. They've been around for a while. They're big. Their warranty is a great program. But what's special about the Valor program on their film is it's actually ceramic infused film. So going on, technology has come very, very vast journey. Traditional films, they used to be really, really thick. So I think the very first edition of film was about, it was like jelly almost. But this film, they've come down to, it's about 6 mils thick. So, I mean, real thin. It can withstand up to, I mean, rocks. You can go, say your wife goes into the gas station, takes a rub against the yellow pole there. All you have to do is pull that film off. Your paint underneath is fine. We'll throw a new piece on.
There you go. But anyway, the Valor is your top-notch product. We could have went with the other 2 products and everything else too from that part, but that's not what I want to offer in our detail shop. But we brought in a Land Rover to do that already had film installed and done poorly.
Yeah.
And that's where the certified techs doing these jobs, that these guys that I've hired to do this. But let's talk about that Land Rover a little bit. It just had got installed. He didn't want that particular product, and we ended up taking it off. But when we took it off, it wasn't the Valor product for one.
Yeah,
It wasn't even close to being the quality of the Valor product that we're going to offer. But talk about that Land Rover, what was wrong, what happened, and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So on that one, it had just like your partial front end, the line across the hood that everybody traditionally knows for paint protection film. A lot of the edges were very sharp, so where like a towel or a pressure wash would blow it up. It wasn't fully cured yet. There was a lot of dirt and debris under the film, which going for that, eventually we're going to have that room.
Yes, we're going to build an air, I shouldn't say air free, a dust free room where the car will go in and have this done. So and that's what I didn't understand either. We bought a plotter to cut the film. That's where I was trying to, with that Land Rover too. We got to get back to that. But as you take the backing off of it, and it's tacky, if there's dirt in the air or whatever, then that's going to lay right back down underneath the Valor, underneath the paint film protection. It's going to magnify. It's what it's going to do.
Yeah, pretty much makes a peak, and a little air bubble around it.
Yeah. So we'll have eventually we're going to have the reason we don't have the room yet is because we had to get through this city inspection. So we had to get through from that part. So now we'll get that room built and everything else like that. And that's where the quality of what we're going to do. But that Land Rover, like you said, it had corners that weren't cut right.
Dirt in the cracks. It wasn't really prepped properly.
Wasn't prepped right. Yep. And then the other thing I thought you told me too, the mirrors that they covered, they did it in 2 pieces.
Yeah, they did 2 pieces, and then they tried to join it, but they laid over and they cut through the paint.
Yeah, so when they laid over, instead of doing it, they cut into the paint.
Yeah,
very bad. I mean, that's so bad. It's
well, that's the exact opposite of what you're trying to achieve with putting a product like that on, is protecting the paint. But if you're
if you're cutting through, it's not doing the best of job.
So anyway, the other thing is, it's not just protecting your hood or your front. We talked about the headlights.
Yeah, so you can.
So go into everything we can really do with this Valor film, what we can protect and everything. I got a question coming up here on Facebook too. What about windshield protection?
We
So
are
can-
working towards that.
So we can get into that here in a minute. But let's talk about everything that a paint film protection can go on from that part.
Yeah.
Where do you? Let's take an average car. Where would you mainly put the paint film protection?
So personally, any of the high traffic areas, so mirror faces, A-pillars, full hood, bumper, headlights, fog lights, any of the accent pieces like gloss black that most cars are going to nowadays. But we can also do entire cars. So anything with a clear coat.
So we can like wrap the car.
Yeah.
The whole car with this
Mhm.
Valor.
Yeah. And even to the very touchy gloss black pillars between the door where everybody likes to grab.
So anyway, the other thing we can do if you don't want to do, I don't want to do your whole car. I don't know how expensive that would get or whatever, but door edges too.
Yep. Door edges, finger
door handles.
cups, door cups.
Yeah, door
So-
cups where you stick your hand in and scratch. I see that a lot.
Yeah.
With
I
open
got
doors.
that
If-
comment on there. So,
Do we?
Yeah, talked about door cups, and then
Yeah,
also
if your wife
Lumar
has a-
PPF is great, self-healing and clear.
Yeah.
Clear. And then the other thing we talked about on that Cadillac we're going to do, we're going to put some paint film protection behind the rear wheels. The rear wheel sticks out further than the rear quarter panel does. So we're going to put a sheet of that down behind those rear quarter panels to protect that too. But again, the Cadillac's going through a complete paint correction, and everything that we don't film, so we're going to paint correct it first, then we're going to put the paint protection film on it, and then we're going to ceramic coat whatever else is left open on that Cadillac. I can't wait to see what that Cadillac turns out when we're done. So now let's go back to the windshield protectant. You said we're working towards that.
Yeah.
You can't put this paint film protection on a windshield, correct?
You actually can. There's a
can,
special type of film.
There is another type film.
Yeah. So we're working towards that. But this film, this is just meant for the paint.
Okay, so the Valor that we've got right now is strictly for paint and protecting those kind of materials. But there's actually a film for the windshield too. We're working towards that, so we'll get to that. But what I've been known to do, if you take a piece of glass like a windshield and you put it under a magnifying glass, you'll see all the pits and valleys and all that kind of stuff on the windshield. And I've done this, and I've done it over years. I've had a product it's a liquid that you would wipe on and wipe off, and then basically would fill in all those peaks and valleys and stuff and the glare points and stuff. And I've had good luck with that over the years. We just kind of got away from it. Why, I don't know, but we have for that part. So Lumar has a windshield piece that we can get to do windshield. So Tim, we're going to have windshield protection. I promise you Monday morning I'll be on the phone. We'll be ordering that stuff because we're going to be out because that's another huge thing. Look at how expensive these windshields are.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to a rock could hit that and save you from the rock chip.
Yeah.
It? And it's good enough to clear to see through and everything else too.
So it'll fill in those rocks and valleys and stuff like that. But we also do, so that's a little more of an expensive option. But we do have a ceramic coating that will fill in the pits and stuff like a 2-part, and then it also improves the clarity.
Also?
Yeah.
Okay. So Geon has a windshield liquid type of a deal we can put on there too. I don't know if we ordered any of that with our initial order. If we didn't, we need to get to it. I love that. I've done that on a couple of my cars. I don't know why I didn't do it on my 500. I just didn't. Probably because I'm not going to be out at night in that car for one. But, so let's go in a little bit deeper here because we're talking the exterior of the car so far. We haven't touched the wheels yet.
Yeah.
We haven't touched the interior yet and all that kind of stuff that we're going to offer here too. So let's go to wheels for a minute. What do we have to protect wheels?
So we have Geon Rim. It's one of the only coatings that has a 5,000 degree temperature rating for when like the peak breakdown time. So obviously like on your GT500, heavy brake dust on the ceramic brakes, you're just merely going to be able to rinse it off.
Okay.
It's not much.
We got to redo my GT500. I can tell you that already. Okay. So that's the wheel, kind of they call it Geon wheel. And that's not going to really protect it from a curb scrub or nothing like that. No. But it's just basically going to help keep that wheel clean and everything else too.
Well, so just the road debris,
road grime, salt,
all that stuff. And then, brake dust is obviously huge too. A lot of times you can look at vehicles in a parking lot or whatever, and the front wheels typically have more brake dust on them than the rear. And then especially if you have somebody that's replaced pads and put like an aftermarket pad on there that, has a lot more brake dust to it for sure. It's hard to get that stuff off. For sure.
Okay, so let's go to the interior because we got products to do interior. You've got leather, you've got cloth, and then you've got all the dash components and all that kind of stuff. And we all know how hot dashes get. from that part.
Mhm.
And you know, the other day I was out there looking at one car, Josh. The dash is all cracked out. And
Yep.
everything else too
Yep.
from that part. So let's go to interiors. What do we have to offer to do for interiors?
So we have Geon's Leather Shield. It's a 1-part coating. It's going to fill in any type of place where water or pop or coffee in the morning is going to seep through. It's actually going to make it bead up on the leather like it would on your paint surface.
Really?
If you get a Sharpie stain, or if your kids love markers, just take water.
Okay, so
And take that off.
Yeah.
what
just
about
wipe-
cloth? What do we got there? For
We
cloth?
got a coating for cloth. It's going to be just like the paint will. The technology is crazy. But what's big about the interior coatings, a lot of people with the dashes, fading plastics, stuff like that. It's going to create a barrier from the sun's UV rays, kind of like the paint. And it's going to make it to where it's going to stay a lot cleaner and fresher, dark black on your plastics. If you have, say, like if you have a Tesla, their leather is very supple, very soft, so they can stain from like your jean dyes.
Yeah.
I see that
and
all
it's
the
gonna
time. You
seen
get
a
cars
lot
and
of-
the
yeah.
blue jeans is kind of
Yeah.
faded into
So
the
this
seat.
will
Yeah.
help keep that from happening, and then be able to clean it off a whole lot easier.
And let's go another step too, because we have our King Ranch now in the F-150. We got it in the Super Duty, and now we've got it in the Explorer. They've got a different material.
Yeah.
And King Ranch comes out with their own products to protect those leathers and stuff too. Years ago, man, those things would crack out and they're terrible. They've done a much better job. Again, better materials and things are put in the King Ranches today. So we need to dive into that too, Caleb, to make sure that this Geon product is compatible with that King Ranch. I'm sure it is, but I just want
Yeah.
to make sure that, because we sell a ton of King Ranch products out here now. I just want to make sure that we can put the right product on that seat from that part to protect it.
Yeah.
So all kinds of things we can offer here at the detail shop. We're excited for where we're headed. We put another ad out there yesterday. We're looking for some great quality people to do that. So if you're looking for a new opportunity, love detailing cars and want to grow with us in the business, if you're just detailing cars now and you want to learn how to paint correction, how to install paint film protection, we're looking for some great, valuable people right now that want to grow with us and learn with us. Caleb and Nor and Calvin will be great teachers to do that, and we will send you wherever we need to send to Geon or whatever to help train you and do that stuff. But if you're looking for something that's going to be good for you, help you, and work for a great company, we'd love to talk to you about coming to work on our new detail shop. And again, heated and air conditioned, climate controlled. We're going to have the best of the best equipment for you. And again, that's why we bought the Valor only on the paint film protection. That's why we went with Geon. And we got a call.
If you would look, I did not get that, but I thought I seen one come across yours.
I got more texts coming up. I haven't been paying any attention.
That's okay. She must not included me in there, or maybe
No,
that's
it's
not.
not.
Okay.
No,
okay. All right. Yep.
It's more
sorry.
stuff coming at me here.
Yep.
So sorry.
Nope, I'm sorry.
No, I thought you. I thought you were right too, Josh.
I caught that there and didn't want to leave anybody hanging there. So
I get it. So again, all kinds of things we're doing here in the new detail shop. Just excited to get things kicked off. Caleb is headed out Monday morning. Going to be gone the first part of the week to another training class we're sending him to get him more training, and that's one thing we do here. So if you're looking for a new career and want to help learn detailing, you want to learn paint film correction, paint film protection, or you want to get into ceramic coating and paint correction, we're here to help you, train you. We've got a great benefit package. We've got top pay for that situation. Love you to join our team and help us with detailing our cars. And jump on the Facebook page, Mel Hambelton Ford. .com, and you fill out an app, or just come in and see Caleb and fill out an application. We can see what we can do here to hire, because we're looking for quite a few people to put over in that detail shop to help us get where we need to be from that part. So very excited. So anyway, 316-462-3673. Let's get the phones ringing. Love to hear from you. Love to hear any questions. Anything coming up in the comment section there, Josh? My glasses are on.
So got a couple of different comments there with the windshield to prevent rock chips. Well, so we were talking about the film to go over that. Got Caleb Hopkins is amazing. There we go. So let's
There we go.
We kind of jumped right into this a little bit, but why don't you tell us about your background and kind of how long you've been doing it, and we kind of dove right into the products and what all we have to offer, but what makes you the guy?
I don't know. Still trying
not to put you on the spot, but go.
So I've been doing this for about 10 years. Started as a kind of like a pastime hobby deal while I was working on the farm with my grandfather. I knew from an early time that I loved being around cars.
Yeah, the
It's-
automotive scene.
It's just a home away from home. But eventually I caught on that, hey, you know, there's some money to be made here, because all my friends would come up, hey, like, how's your car this clean? Like, all the
Yeah.
time. We can't do that. So started out as just doing for friends and family, and it's blossomed into
Just-
what it is now. All the new technologies and just all the tools and stuff just gets my mind going, and I just enjoy it. And
So- Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I wanted you to maybe expand on a little bit, is from, 10 years ago. I mean, I'm sure it probably went from more of waxes and,
Yeah.
buffing to now ceramic coating. And
Yeah.
what's that transition been like?
It's been a fun one first. Tons of hours of training, paint correction. I can't tell you how many thousands of hours that I have sat in a chair and stared at lights until I'm blind at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But there's been so much new technology and stuff to learn to be able to do stuff safer, getting a better result, getting more clarity. I mean, they came out with a gloss meter to where you can get down to
Really?
the last bit and get as peak gloss that you can get. And that drives me.
Is
So,
that gloss meter as keen as Phil is on walking around the car and
Yeah.
checking it out? So
yeah.
So, and then one of the other questions that I have is, okay, over the 10 years, what are your thoughts or changes that you've seen just in like the factory paints that the manufacturers are bringing to the table? What's been some struggles with that?
Yeah. So they're kind of getting away from actual people painting them now. It's a
Sure.
lot more robots, technology, and stuff. There's been a lot of like factory orange peel. There's been dust nibs. I mean, even on the new GM vehicles, paint's peeling right where they butt together,
Mhm.
and it's getting a lot thinner. They're using a lot less paint. Obviously, they're experimenting with a ceramic clear coat, but I mean, obviously, they haven't got it dialed down yet. But
Yeah.
it makes it a lot harder to do what we do to where we can finish it down. So it's a lot. I mean, I've had to polish with just water before
Yeah.
to get the proper result out of a gloss black.
Well, and with that too, obviously their best interest is how cheap can I paint this vehicle? How little of paint can I put on it?
No,
from that side of it. But
no, Josh.
what
I don't know
amazes-
why you're thinking that.
What amazes me is, just like you talked about with your Mustang, is you see these vehicles come off the transport and what they look like, and just out in normal light, it's like, that looks pretty decent, and then you go put it under the lights, and man, just the orange peel and the
Scratches.
the scratches and runs and the swirls and the paints already,
Yeah.
like it's absolutely amazing seeing something like that under the lights, and then also a finished product out of something that you guys do or perform, and what it looks like afterwards, but then how long that is able to sustain that. But then I think even just in our time in the industry, when we talk about the paints that the manufacturers are bringing to the table, I mean, you're not talking about a black or a white or the base colors. We're getting out there with the tri-coats and even more of that, and then the amount of metallic that they're putting in the paints.
Tinted clears.
Yeah, how does that affect how you have to go about fixing a vehicle?
So with some of them, especially with Phil's car, with those tinted clears, you get a lot of kind of like a bleed through. So if anybody were to just go and start polishing, they'd think, oh, I'm taking my clear coat off because I'm getting color on the pad. All that is it's just a tinted clear. So it kind of throws you a bone and puts a little jog in the process. But
So what you're really saying is someone can't just grab a buffer and start buffing and doing this correctly. It takes a lot of training, it takes a lot of practice, and that's one thing we're going to do for the guys that want to, and ladies that want to move up into this kind of deal. We're getting test panels brought to us that we'll be able to test and buff and practice before we actually let them go do what Caleb and what Calvin will do with a buffer.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to go through some serious training before we will let them do that. Now, granted, if a customer doesn't want paint correction, sure, we can still do the still install the ceramic and everything else like that. It's just not going to last as long. It's not going to look as good, but it still will give you a good layer of protection.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the thing is it's a talent. I mean, back in the day, I could run a buffer, but that was on the old lacquer paint. There was no clear coat on things. Shit, anybody could buff that thing, make them look good, from that part. Not today. Not today with that clear coat on there. I guarantee I'd be
burning through.
Send her to the body shop. Gotta get some paint work done.
We'll get it back here in a little bit and get it squared away. So,
yeah. So, anyway, 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. Anything ailing your car, but most importantly, you got any questions about ceramic coating, paint film protection, or any question you might have about our new detail shop. We're opening up here directly. Like I said, Friday, yesterday, we got possession from the city, so we can start going in there and start getting things set up and stuff too. So excited for that. Excited for what we're going to do with ceramic coatings and the paint film protection. And I will promise you one thing, everybody that's watching and listening, we will give you the best quality of anybody out there that can do the paint film correctly, the paint correction, and the ceramic coating. We will not shortcut it from that part. But the other thing I'll promise you is we're not going to be the cheapest either. You're going to get good quality product of what we do. And I wish we could put that Raptor on the screen right here now and show you what that thing looks like, because it's phenomenal what this thing looks like after Caleb got done polishing that thing and setting it up. It's unbelievable.
We're gonna have to have Big Corner Creative do a promo video on one, and then we can play that.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
The deal is. So
we're all over that, Josh, and everything else too, and showing a few videos of it going through the process too.
Sure.
And then showing Nor go back there with the plotter, cutting that stuff all out, and so we went to that Land Rover we brought in it. So they did that 2-piece, and then they cut it with a knife. Everything. How are we not going to make that happen? How are we going to make that process where it doesn't happen?
So with the plotter, technology has come a huge way in the formulas they do for 3D scanning and stuff. They get that stuff down to the millimeter of body panels and stuff, so where it can still be like a hand cut piece. So that's where it's going to be a lot safer on that. And then also there's a lot of training tools to teach people how to cut properly on the paint. Because there is times you have to do that, but we always have a saying, if it's not squealing, it's not peeling. So you want that blade to have a little chirp in it, and it cuts nice.
Okay, so again, the right technology, the right training, the right products to do the correct things and help protect your car and everything else too. So anyway, guys, I just looked down. It's 10 till 10 already. I don't know where this hour flew by or whatever else too, but just very excited, Caleb, where we're going to go with the detail shop and how we're going to grow with that thing. And again, if you're looking for a new opportunity, looking to want to detail cars and want to grow with us into the paint correction and ceramic coating, or even into the paint film protection, we're looking for some good people to come join our staff and join our team. And again, top pay, great benefits, heated and air-conditioned building to work in and out of, which is going to be so cool. We'll set her on 72 year-round, Caleb, and just let her go. And be comfortable in there and everything else, too, from that part. And then we will build us a room that's going to be a dust-free room to put that paint film protection on, so we make sure we're doing a quality job on that part, too. So many exciting things that we got coming from that part. So have we left anything out or anything?
Can't think so.
So
much we're doing.
Got so much going on, everything else too. But anyway, congratulations to Quentin Smith on winning the Haas 4x4. Quentin, I know probably not watching whatever, but we'll get in contact with you and have you come down to the dealership and pick that thing up. Stay tuned for the next contest on the fuel jugs. We went out and made our own fuel jugs, blue, black, red, and white, all 4 colors. But basically, we're going to have a video come out Monday, and we're going to have a drawing contest to win a fuel jug and fill it full of your favorite fuel. And Josh wants to fill it full of his 87 octane.
No, I didn't say I was going to. I just said, what if somebody wanted to? Again, how are you going to enter that, or what are you going to?
Well, we haven't quite decided, but it's going to be a comment, like, and share to like our Facebook page, the Mel Hambelton Racing, and then also. I don't know, probably do the same thing. Who's your favorite race car driver? I don't know. We'll figure out something. You're going to have to comment, like, or whatever. But there's the video up there right now on the Haas 4x4 giveaway. So that was a fun and exciting contest to get the new Facebook page kicked off and everything else too from that standpoint. Next thing, race open house. Hey, Caleb, that's what we need to do. Race open house. You should have a little deal there with some test panels and show people how that buffing works, and have Nor putting on some film.
Yeah, we can do that.
So we'll have that on display February 18th. You don't want to miss it. 9 to 4 race open house. It's kickoff race season. We'll have the Busch. I keep calling it Busch, but still an Xfinity
Daytona
race. Yeah, the Daytona 500 Sunday.
Oh yeah, okay.
With the Busch race on. Jordan Whitehead will be here from Chandler Dan's cooking for us hamburgers and hot dogs all day from 11 to 1 on the food.
Careful, don't be writing a check.
Write a check.
Well, yeah, you're spitting out 11 to 1. What if it's 10:30 to 12:30 or
it's
something?
11 to 1.
No?
I know that.
I'll show up at 1. I want a hot dog. I'm just saying.
Let's come get a cold one. So anyway, 11 to 1 food, 9 to 4 all day. Don't want to miss it. There's going to be all kinds of fun, exciting things to do. Monza's coming back. We'll have his Grand Prix on display. So if you want to see Monza, we'll have a video coming out with him on Friday. He'll have his Grand Prix here, which is cool. You guys ready for this? This Grand Prix he's racing? It's a 1985 Grand Prix. You ready for this? It's the first brand new car ever bought was a 1985 Grand Prix.
You think it's the same one?
No.
Oh.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. But yeah, that was my first car I ever bought. So that's pretty cool. Me and Monza had a little conversation about that yesterday.
So tell me a story. Is his faster or is yours?
Oh, damn right it's faster. Mine wasn't a race car. All I did to mine was a stock Grand Prix, and I just put a set of Kragers on it. Back in the day, that was the deal.
Yeah,
Kragers was the
thing to have. Yeah.
Was the thing to have from that part. So Monza will be here. The other thing is we're going to bring your RC car out. We're going to have a ramp here to jump it. And they said this ramp, he sailed a Haas 142 feet. So who knows? I'm sure we're going to have a contest to see who can fly their RC car the farthest. And then
jump Phil.
Yeah, there we go. Jumping right on over me.
Will you stand?
Yeah.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll stand there. I can dodge something.
So I went home. Well, I don't know. This is a long story. But
spit it out.
The other story. This has been a while back. But I went
just
home.
Last night.
No. It really has been a little while. But I went home one day and I pulled in the drive, and one of the kids was like laying on the ground, and he was getting up, and they have like a ramp and it keeps getting higher and higher, obviously. Well, one of them was laying under the ramp, and the other one was jumping.
I did that with my little sister.
Yeah, I said, "What the are you doing?" I was jumping my brother.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's been quite a few years ago, but
yeah, exactly. So anyway, race open house February 18th, 9 to 4. Don't want to miss it. Be out here. Lisa's going to have all kinds of prizes given away. Nick's got the race shop going up with all kinds of discounts and things. We're going to have a lot more things on display. We got some vendors coming. I wish Nick was on here last week and talked about that. I can't remember all the vendors we have coming to put on display and that sort of thing too, to help you with your race cars. Anything you need for your race cars, from dirt track to drag, it don't matter. RC cars, we'll have a whole huge selection of RC cars on display for you. But anyway, bring your RC car out. Let's see if you can beat that 142 feet that Haas did. And I know Jake's already frothed into the mouth to get that thing going too. I think you're going to be out here tomorrow with that ramp getting tested on it, see what's going to happen.
Very cool.
So anyway, lots of exciting things happening at Mel Hambelton Ford. Please jump over to the Mel Hambelton Racing Facebook page. Like that page for us. So stay tuned of all the things we're going to do there, especially the contest that's going to come out Monday that we're going to have there for winning one of our new fuel jugs and fill it full of your favorite fuel. So anyway, gentlemen, Caleb, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being on our team. Excited for where we're going to go with our new detail shop and everything we're going to be able to offer there and everything else too. And once again, Josh, we got to thank BG Products, all the great things that we do with BG, the great partnership we have there. If you want to keep your car running many, many more miles, get one of our service riders or even our parts guys. Let them help you with all the BG products we have here. I've been using them since the mid-'80s, and promise you, talk about you get what you pay for. That's another good product. Big Corner Caridi for all your advertising needs. Hey, anything you need to advertise your company, help grow. Jess, you just hit a milestone. Josh and Caleb, he just took on his 100th client this week. So
yeah,
very cool from that standpoint. What Jesse's done there with that team. Anything you need to help your company advertise, you need a vehicle wrap, you need a race car wrap, you need windows tinted, whatever it might be to help get your company to the next step. Jesse's got a great team of folks down there too. Hey, if you need a rental car, yes, I bought a whole bunch of rental cars this week for Stan. They're not all here yet too, but if you're needing a rental car, something to put the miles on yours or something bigger to get somewhere, 12 or 15 passenger van, give Stan a call right inside here at Go To Rent here at Mel Hambelton Ford. Hey, everybody, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Saturday.